Hello everyone, I welcome you all to Focus of the Day session of ANALYST IAS. In this particular session, we will discuss about the topic Kyrgyzstan Tajikistan border conflict. We will discuss this particular news in the following sequence. First, why it is in news, followed by about the issue or conflict, followed by prelims practice question, followed by mains practice question. But before we start our discussion, I want you all to be informed about public administration, polity and IR, and ethics classes of Analyst IAS, which is scheduled to be held from 26th of September. Along with that, we are also holding classes for current affairs. So you can inquire about any of the following courses on the given number, and you can also visit our official address, that is in Old Rajinder Nagar Market. Now let's move on toward our discussion that why it is in news. The heavy border confrontation between Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan have drawn attention to the Central Asian border dispute that have persisted for 31 years without having a permanent solution. The history says that the collapse of Soviet Union, Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan were established, and they have retained the border demarcated in 1920s under Josef Stalin's rule, and the two landlocked countries share 1000 kilometer long border, a large part of which is disputed. Historically, the Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan population enjoyed common right over natural resources. Now let's discuss what are the major reasons for this conflict. But before we discuss that, I want you all to be informed about the current happening at the border. There were constant shelling, violent confrontation by local communities, and active engagement by security forces on either side. The Batkan region of Kyrgyzstan is seeing families getting relocated. Nearly 100 people have been killed and many are injured in violent border clash between Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, and a ceasefire brokered by Russia was agreed by both sides. So these are the current happening at the border in present scenario. Now let's discuss the reason for the dispute. The first reason is border dispute. The two republics are using two distinct geopolitical maps, which is the main issue. Maps from 1924 to 1939 are used in Tajikistan, while a map from 1958 to 59 is used in Kyrgyzstan. Without taking into account the population, ethnic composition and culture, the region of Fargana is divided among Uzbekistan, Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan. The enclave factors, which are relocated in a region belonging to another country, have brought the countries of the region against each other. So these were some issues related to the border dispute. Other major issues are livestock issue. The primary source of household income is livestock, which was transferred to collective farms and state farms with the creation of Soviet Union. The Tajik people relied on the Kyrgyzstan's territory grazing supplies because Tajik livestock had restricted number of the rangelands. The collective and state farms were abandoned with the fall of the Soviet Union, and the pasture management contract were rendered unenforceable. Now next issue is water conflict issue. The dissolution of the Soviet era water and land agreement saw the creation of multiple smaller independent farms, and the use of water resources increased among the farmers, leading to a constant conflict between border communities. The population growth and the poor infrastructure are other reasons for the conflict around the natural resources in the border area. Now let's have a look in the past conflict in this particular region. resource access and use clashes between Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan border communities took place recurrently in the 21st century. Apricot War, which was held in 2004, several apricot trees were planted on the disputed area by Tajik farmers, where then Kyrgyzstan inhabitants disputed and removed all those trees. So this led to Apricot War. Ketman War, which was held in 2014, the border communities fought using garden tools, stones and burnt animal shelters. In a conflict that took place in 2014, about 1,000 local civilians were involved, including many young people. So now let's move on to our prelims practice question. As we already discussed all the details about the conflict, the question says, consider the following countries. First, Azerbaijan. Second, Kyrgyzstan. Third, Tajikistan. Fourth, Turkmenistan. Fifth, Uzbekistan. Which of the following countries have border with Afghanistan? Option A is 1, 2 and 5 only. Option B is 1, 2, 3 and 4 only. Option C is 3, 4 and 5 only. Option D is all of the above. You have to answer this particular question and write your answer in comment box. I will answer this question in tomorrow's session. Now let's discuss yesterday's question. The question says, with reference to Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, consider the following statement. First, private and public hospitals must adopt it. Second, as it aims to achieve universal health coverage, every citizen of India should be part of it ultimately. Third, it has seamless portability across the country. So, which of the following statement is or are correct? The correct answer for this particular question is option B, that is 3 only. Now let's discuss our mains practice question. Question says, critically examine the aims and objective of SEO. What importance does it hold for India? You have to answer this particular question in 250 words and send your answer to our WhatsApp number to get it reviewed. Stay tuned and stay updated with Analyst IAS. Thank you.